Hello DIY lovers, sewists, and creatives. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this fun, quick, customizable skirt along with the headband and the bow. Let's go. Okay, so you want to determine the length and the width of your skirt. Your width measurement is going to be the waist measurement times 2 and the length, whatever desired length you want for your skirt. I purchased 2 fat quarters in this video, what you see me working on, and it wasn't long enough, so I just combined it to get the measurement that I want, and I cleaned up the edges. Next, I went ahead and I began to serge all of my edges so they're clean before I take it over to the sewing machine to work on the hem and the casing for the elastic. And here I'm just checking my width and my length. Now onto the elastic. Whatever your elastic measurement is, add a 1/4 inch to that. That way your elastic threads or feeds smoothly and flat into the casing. Now here I'm also pinning the sides. I usually would just pin my side seams, 2 of the side seams, and the fabric will kind of do like a natural fall into place, and I put a few more pins there to hold it. I also did the same thing for the hemline. Now for this part, for the waistline, you want to leave about 1.5 to 2 inches open space so you can feed the elastic through on a safety pin through the casing. And now I'm sewing my waistline casing, and I'm going to leave that 1.5 to 2 inch opening to feed the elastic through. And now I'm on to the hemline, pinning and sewing up the hemline. Now for the elastic, whatever the waist measurement is, subtract that by 2, and that will be the length you cut for your elastic. Use a safety pin to hook onto the middle corner of the elastic. This is how you will thread it through or feed it through the casing easily. Now you're going to overlap your 2 ends of your elastic and do a zigzag stitch to close it. Now you're going to close up that opening you left to feed the elastic through. So tuck the elastic in and stitch it closed. Now on to make the bow. Here I'm just seaming together 2 pieces to make my fabric width wide enough for my bow. I believe mine were 3 by 5 inches for the main piece of the bow, and the center was about 1 by 1.5. Alright, so now I'm folding the bow pieces long ways, or hot dog style if you will, to close the 2 edges. If you have a glue gun, feel free to pull that out and use that if you want to, but the idea is that you want to close those 2 edges. Here I'm making sure that the other end of the bow is closed, and once I do that, I'm going to clip the edge corners and flip it inside out, pull out my pointer tool and make sure those edges are out and crisp. Also, I'm going to tuck in the edges on the other side, pin it and sew it. You can hand sew it if you want to, or like I said, if you have a hot glue gun, you can use that as well. All right, now that you have pinched your bow together in the middle, wrap your centerpiece around it, you can now, at this point, you can hot glue a gator clip, hair clip to the back of the bow, or you can grab anything in knit fabric that has a lot of stretch to it. I use a pair of new black tights and cut that to make the headband. And after that, you're pretty much done. Now that you've zigzag stitched that closed, you can go ahead and just attach it into the middle of your clip. You can hot glue it or go back in and sew it to secure it. And guess what? Guys, you have completed your gathered skirt with your bow and headband. Congratulations. I would love to see pics and see how you styled it or any different custom options that you decided to use. Be sure to tag me and comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, later.